Welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Stef and I am the Psychic Soul Alignment Coach. What I do is I work with spiritual people and spiritual entrepreneurs to help them to do very deep levels of healing. And as a result of achieving this greater level of healing, my clients are then able to align more powerfully with who they truly are and create success both in their lives as well as their businesses as a result. Here on my YouTube channel, I generally upload videos 3 times a week. On Tuesdays, you can catch the weekly energy reading. And then on Thursdays and Saturdays, I upload video teachings or messages that my spirit guides ask me to bring forward to help support you with your spiritual awakening journey, your spiritual development journey, or your spiritual entrepreneurial journey. So if this is something that interests you, be sure to hit that subscribe button if you haven't yet already, and hit the bell notification button and change your settings to all so that you never miss out on one of these videos. Today's video is all around how your capacity to stand in your power determines your success. And this is actually what I've been speaking out on my Instagram account. If you follow me there, I'm sure you are well aware that I've been speaking about this to different degrees this past week. If you have not yet started following me on Instagram, I highly recommend that you do because I'm always sharing bomb things there. So I have lots of things to say. And that is where you can receive more inspiration and support from me and things to think about. So if you want to follow me on Instagram or you want to follow me on Facebook or even join my Facebook community, I definitely recommend that you go to the description of this video and look for my social media handles that are there. And my Facebook community is basically a community for spiritual entrepreneurs, spiritual people who just wish to reach their potential, make the world a better place, and come together through community. So if that's something that speaks to you, I would love to have you come and join me. But I have to let you know that if you have a sketchy looking profile picture or profile at all, I will not accept you unless you message me directly and be like, I'm not a sketchy person. Then I'll be like, okay, where are you from? And you let me know from YouTube. That's where I found you. Then I'll let you in. I try to, maintain the integrity of my community. So I don't accept sketchy looking profiles. But anyway, going on to today's topic. Today's video, like I said, is all around how your capacity to stand in your power determines your success. And honestly, this has been such a big lesson for me, which is probably one of the reasons why I'm speaking about it today. Now, the reason that many people in general, have trouble in creating success in their lives, but especially spiritual entrepreneurs who feel called to help create the new earth, is because they're not standing strong in their power, And there are many different levels to standing in your power. For example, standing in your power could be you trusting in your intuition, trusting in yourself, trusting in the divine. When you are strong in that level of trust in your intuition, trust in yourself, trust in the higher power, when you're strong in that, you're standing in your power. That's one example there. Another example is believing in the power of your work, especially if you're an entrepreneur of some kind, right? You don't have to be a spiritual entrepreneur for this to apply to you. If you really believe in the power of your work, you're standing strong in your power, Another example is believing in your truth. We all have unique individual truths here, What I believe, you may not necessarily believe. And maybe a lot of the things that we believe, we agree upon, right? But maybe not everything, right? But when you're strong in your truth, what you feel is true for you on this unique soul level, Not just your ego's truth, but your divine truth. When you're strong in that divine truth, you're standing in your power, Other examples are owning your worth, When you really know the value of you as a person or the value of your work or what you have to give to other people, when you're strong in that and you don't accept anything less than that, you're standing in your power in that regard, And a few other examples that I have for you is, for example, knowing that the things that you're doing are working out. When you really know that whatever you're doing is working out, it's leading you forward closer to what you want to go to or achieve or whatever. Even if you're not seeing the results, but you know it's working, you're standing in your power around that, Another one is seeing yourself in your true light and owning it. So when you see yourself as you truly are, in your fullness, in your magnificence, you see what makes you beautiful, you see what makes you special, what makes you qualified, what makes you unique. You see you in your true light. When you really see yourself in that space and you really own it, you really just allow yourself to be from this place and you don't really care what anyone else is thinking or saying or whatever, in regards to you being your true self. You're just living your best life. You're really standing in your power because you're choosing to be your most authentic, truest self, right? Another last example that I want to give, because I'm sure there's so many more examples of what it means to stand in your power, but these are some that I channeled for today, is embodying the power and magic of who you really are. So this meaning that you're embodying more of your divinity, and you really recognizing that as a divine spiritual being, and you really embodying that you can really create magic and miracles, that you can really manifest the impossible, that you can do really amazing things, and that nothing is unavailable to you if it's for your highest good. And when you really believe in that, you really embody that, and you really live life from this space, that's you standing in your power, because you're really claiming your divinity and you're living life from this space, and you're not allowing limitations from other people, from your ego, whatever, to continue to hold you back. So that's you really standing in your power, saying, I'm a divine spiritual being. I can make magic happen with the universe. There are no, limits for me, and we're doing this amazing stuff, and I don't know how, but we're doing it, So that's you really standing in your power. So these are different examples, right, that I was asked to share with all of you. This is not a complete list. I'm sure there are many other things, but the video would be too long, okay? So now, the reason that a lot of New Earth entrepreneurs, because that's what we've been calling people this week, New Earth entrepreneurs in my Instagram posts, the reason that they struggle with standing in their power is for many different reasons, okay? And I'm going to list out a few reasons that I was asked to share today. Again, this is not a complete list, but number one is that New Earth entrepreneurs, these New Earth spiritual teachers, these New Earth healers, these New Earth leaders, a lot of times, because you're bringing in the New Earth, you're bringing in a higher level of consciousness, a higher level of understanding, a higher level of being. What often happens is that you're bringing forward things in regards to spirituality that are still not yet widespread. They're still new. They might trigger some people. And there's sometimes new teachings, and because it's just like new a lot of times, you're not really strong in that for some New Earth entrepreneurs. They feel like, these New Earth entrepreneurs feel like maybe they don't fit into mainstream spirituality or mainstream spiritual teachers. They feel maybe a bit unpopular because maybe some of the ways in which they're sharing their message is not what the majority of the people in the spiritual world are saying, things like that. So this is one of the ways in which some New Earth entrepreneurs are not really standing in their power, because they're not fully confident in the new insights, the perspectives, the beliefs, the teachings that they're bringing forward, because other people might not be doing it, or because it's maybe like way out there compared to what most people, mainstream people in the spiritual realm, understand or accept. So when you're not really strong in bringing forward these new insights, these teachings, these perspectives, this way of being, you're not really in your power, because you're not really leading forward powerfully. You're not standing strong behind that, saying, hey, these are the new things that we're bringing forward. This is the new way of being. You're not really strong behind that. So this is something that keeps some New Earth entrepreneurs from really being in their power and being strong and powerful leaders that they're meant to be, and creating success in their lives and businesses, right? Ultimately, because they're not strong in what their soul's truth is, what their beliefs are, okay? Another reason that some New Earth entrepreneurs struggle with standing in their power and creating success is that they don't believe in themselves. They don't trust in themselves. They don't trust in the divine or the higher power. And this is really, really big, because for people who are falling under this category and are not in their power, these are the people that generally are looking for signs all the time, okay? They need some kind of validation to know they're on the right path, to know that things are going to work out, to know that they're doing something right. And when those signs or messages or things are not showing up for them, they fall back into doubt, they fall back into worry, into fear, into maybe needing to control things. And, this stuff kind of triggers them. They fall back into fear, basically, right? So this is such a big lesson for a lot of spiritual entrepreneurs, especially with trusting and surrendering and believing and having faith. And so this is often what holds a lot of spiritual entrepreneurs back, is that lack of trust, that lack of belief, that lack of faith. And this doesn't allow for them to be strong in really aligning with their success, right? And so this is one of those reasons, okay? And third reason, the final reason that I got asked to share today, is all around what keeps New Earth entrepreneurs struggling with standing in their power is they keep leaning onto their human ego self to bring about the results that they desire, rather than leaning into the power magic of their true selves to assist them. So what this means is that as a spiritual entrepreneur, or a New Earth entrepreneur, if that's what you want to call yourself, when maybe you're not seeing the results that you want, you might have a tendency to lean onto your mind, to your human egoic self, and be like, okay, what can I do to make this happen? What do I need to post? How many times do I need to post? How many videos do I need to create? How many times, and you're trying to control it, and you're leaning into your human egoic self, your mind, to bring about this result in some kind of way, rather than taking a step back, relaxing, remembering who you really are, and then leaning into your divine truth. And from that space, then taking whatever aligned, inspired actions are necessary, or shifting into whatever energy you need to shift into to bring about the manifestations you want to bring in, right? So that's what keeps people from standing fully in their power in this case, is, they're trying to be in the power of their human self, but their human self can only do so much. And when you're really truly in your power, you're choosing to lean into like this spiritual version of yourself, this greater version of yourself that is able to do so much more, right? And to tap into so many possibilities and opportunities for you that the human, self, or the ego self, the mind self, can't even begin to figure out or understand, right? So these are some ways in which spiritual entrepreneurs or New Earth entrepreneurs struggle with standing in their power, right? And when you're only leaning into this human version of yourself, this human can only conceive or create a certain level of success. Whereas when you're leaning into this divine version of yourself, that's when you're able to do so much more and to achieve greater things, right? So that will obviously determine your success, right? Which power are you leaning into? And that's going to determine your success there. So yeah, that's what I was asked to share today. Now, the way to really stand in your power and be solid in that, so that you can really bring about the greatest level of success, right, is by knowing who you truly are. And knowing who you truly are comes through taking yourself through this process of healing and of going through these soul lessons and achieving a certain level of soul growth to help you to really know and understand and have the lived experiences that you need to have to really know who you are, to come back to your truth. And so as you do that, as you take yourself through this process, through this journey of returning to the truth of who you are, remembering who you are on this divine spiritual level, that's when those doubts, those fears, those insecurities start fading away. They don't faze you anymore because you're more connected to your truth because of the healing work and the soul lessons and the soul growth. So they don't affect you anymore, and you're able to then more confident be like, you know what? Just because I'm approaching that timeline doesn't mean I'm not going to achieve my goal, because I know who I am and I know I got this. Like, I've gone through things, I've lived through things, I have a greater understanding of myself, and that's not going to affect me. I'm going to achieve this no matter what. And I'm calm and certain in that, and I go about my business knowing that's going to come to pass, right? That's what allows you to do that, is when you've gone through the healing and the soul lessons and the growth, you're able to then look at those things and deal with those things from this space of being truly in your power. right? But when you're not doing the healing and you're not going through the soul lessons and the soul growth, then you're still very much connected to human ego. And so human ego is going to look at that deadline and be like, oh my God, that deadline's approaching. Am I really going to make it? I don't know, because I don't see anything in sight yet. And, this hasn't worked out. And then your ego is just like going crazy, having its way with you, making you feel all this doubt and fear and insecurity and all this other stuff. And then that's what you manifest. That's what you manifest as a result, because that's the energy that you're entertaining there, instead of leaning into your true power, right? But the way to lean into your true power is because you know who you really are, and you know who you really are through the healing, soul lessons, the growth. There's no way around it, right? I actually did a video this past week on Thursday, and that video was titled, How Your Impact Will Be as Big as Your Willingness to Develop Yourself. So I will put that up here in the cards. I believe I'm pointing in the right place. And you can go check that video out afterwards. But yeah, I spoke to that there, how you need to go through soul lessons, growth and stuff to make your big impact, right? And so here, in this case, you need to go through this whole process to really be firm in your power, so that things don't trip you up anymore, so that you're able to truly be confident in what you're believing, you're saying you're believing. I also did a video. I think the video was titled something like Owning Who You Are Comes Through Your Healing, something like that. I can't remember. I will put it up here somewhere in the cards as well. All the videos that I think you should watch afterwards, they will be up in the cards section. But yeah, it's not just about saying, I believe as, a spiritual entrepreneur, a spiritual person, I believe that I'm a divine being and I have the power of the universe in me and I can manifest anything. Like, okay, yeah, it's one thing to intellectually understand that you have the power of the divine inside of you to do amazing things. And it's a completely different other thing to really embody that and be strong in that, stand in your power behind that belief that you have, and to go out there and make the miraculous happen. Like, it's a completely different thing, people, right? So this is not just about giving our beliefs or our truths lip service. Oops, I hit my mic. It's not about just giving them, lip service or having wishful thinking here. It's about really embodying our truth, who we really are. And this is possible through healing, through soul lessons, through growth, right? Soul growth. And that is what allows you to return back to your truth and really embody this and stand strong in that. And when you're strong in that, then you send out a clear signal to the universe for your desires, for your manifestations. Then you're not getting in the way anymore. And then your desires come to you. They manifest. It shows up. You reach that level of success that you desire, that's intended for you, because you're strong in that and you're no longer wavering in any kind of way, right? You're holding that signal strong, right? So this is, part of the process is when you really have achieved this greater level of embodiment as a spiritual entrepreneur, as a spiritual person, then, you're able to then stand firmly and strongly behind what it is that you say or do or believe. And you're able to then have this greater level of success. So you're then able to say, yes, I trust in my intuition. I trust that God has my back or the universe has my back. I trust myself, right? You only are able to say those things confidently, be strong in that, when you have gone through experiences and things connected to your intuition or connected to your trust in yourself or connected to trust in the divine, right? That have caused you to develop this strongly inside of yourself, to hold that strong vibration, that belief, and to create success from that space because it's strong in you, right? So I have gone through many things in my journey to really help me to become stronger in a lot of these different things that were mentioned today. And yeah, without the healing, without the soul lessons, the soul growth, that wouldn't have been possible, right? So this was today's video. This was what it was about. Is your capacity to stand in your power determines your success. The stronger you are in your power, in the things that you do, that you believe in, that are, your truth, The stronger that you are in that, the more successful you will be. You have to be confidently in that. You have to be certain in whatever it is that you're doing or saying to bring those about. And that's a process, that's a journey that we all must go through, right? But that's what this video is all about. So if you enjoyed this video, if it helped you in some kind of way, please give this video a thumbs up, a like wherever you're watching from. Drop me a comment in the comment section below, letting me know what you got out of this video, how this spoke to you, how this helped you in some way, what questions you might have around standing in your power, how strong do you feel in your power, would love to know, or maybe what challenges do you have with standing in your power, would love to hear from you in the comments below, so feel free to share that. And again, if you enjoyed this video and you have not yet subscribed to my channel, be sure to subscribe, hit that bell notification button, change your settings to all so that you never miss out on a video. And if you're ready to learn how to stand in your power and take yourself through this healing process, this journey of developing yourself on such a deeper level to be able to be stronger in who you are and create the success that you desire and create your impact, then I definitely invite you to come in, sign up to join me in Soul Aligned Impact. This is my 12-week program. It's an intensive program for spiritual entrepreneurs who feel called to make a massive impact in the world. And that is what I take you through the process of, is understanding how to be able to be strong in yourself and align with who you truly are so that you can go out there and live your best life and make your impact. So if that interests you, reach out to me via my social media channels. The links to my social media are in the description of this video. And other than that, thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate you. I really hope that this has been of high service to you today. If you know of anyone who could benefit from this teaching, please share this video out with them. Thank you so much for your time. It really means so much to me, and I will see you in the next video. Take care. Bye.